Last day of the season here in PA. I just heard a bird way over on the other side. I think a lot of these gobblers still have hens. Just gotta find the right bird. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was on private ground. Can't catch a break. Pretty sure I just heard a bird gobble out here. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm Chad Clacom. You're watching the Fired Up Day by Day Spring Turkey Hunting Series. Last day of the season here in PA. I'm parked at a random gate here. I picked a spot on a map last night after dark and drove over here and slept in the truck. Figured I'd start the morning here. There's a handful of recent cuts back in here, so I'm going to start here and we'll go from there. It's 50 degrees. Rained all afternoon last night, and it seems like it didn't rain much overnight, but they're calling for a slight chance of rain here the first hour of daylight, and then I think it's going to be cloudy the rest of the day. Little breezy out here. It's not too terribly bad, but I'm not exactly up on top here either, so we'll see what it's like when I get back in here, but hopefully we can get on a bird today. And regardless, it's the last day of the season. I'm going to try to enjoy myself, and it's been a grind, but it's been a lot of fun. I love the grind. It's what I live for. I hate to see it end, man. Last day. Here we go. Yeah, it's breezy. One good thing is I'm on the lee side of the mountain here, so wind's not quite as bad back here. Just gonna swing around and point here a little bit and stop and listen. I just heard a bird way over on the other side. I think. Pretty far. There it was again. And he's way over there. There he was again. I could drive around there. I'm going to walk out the ridge here a little farther and get a better beat on him. Gobbled 3 times. The bad thing is, the more I swing around here, going into the wind, take me forever to get over there to him. But I should be able to get a better bearing on him now if he gobbles again. Another hunter. Sounded like a guy hooting. It's definitely another hunter calling. A pot call. There's another roadway down in there. He had to come in here last night because there was no vehicles that came in past me this morning. I think I have him pinned. If I'm looking at this right, there's a small chunk of private ground over there. And I think he's on that point, on that private ground. If I'm looking at it right, just the way the crow flies, it's like that, but straight across, about 800 yards. So, almost a half a mile. He gobbled 5 times. I don't know, I think a lot of these gobblers still have hens. Just have to find one that don't. That gobbler was a long ways off though. There that bird was again. He answered me there. It's crazy to think that it's the last day of May. It flies by. Just gotta find the right bird. In this country, sometimes it takes covering a lot of ground to do that. A lot of ground. I think I'm going to drive her all the way around to where I thought that bird was. So hard to pinpoint them when they're that far away and they don't gobble that much. It's a long ways around there. And then I think that road is gated, so then I'd have to walk back in and drop down over the hill. So it's going to take a while. Well, I drove around here to where I thought that other bird could have possibly been. Anyways, there's a gated road that goes back in there about a mile, and they're taking timber out of there right now. But the more I look at this, I'm almost positive, looking at it from this angle, he was on that private ground. So I'm just gonna continue on here and maybe hit another gate and walk back in. I'm gonna have to try to find another one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was on private ground. Figures that's the only piece of private for miles. Flipping weather, man, it won't cooperate. It's not raining hard, but it's raining. It's hard to pull off the road anywhere because it's so flipping muddy without getting stuck. The rain has just lingered all season. It's been a wet one. Well, it's a little after 10. This rain seems like it's done for the time being anyway. I'm just going to take a long walk up in here. Just kind of picked a spot on the map. See if we can get into anything up here. This weather sucks. Can't catch a break. It's not raining hard.
just enough to get you wet. I haven't seen a whole lot of turkeys the last few days, but I've seen 2 bears. I think 2 or 3 fawns. Covered a good bit of ground. On foot and in the truck. I'm finding turkeys. It seems like the ones I'm finding have hens. Still. It's been fun. Sure beats loading trucks, I'll tell you that. I made it up onto the top here. Just standing here waiting for this rain to let up, and pretty sure I just heard a bird gobble out here. I think he's out in the field on the private. I'm gonna walk out this road here and call to him and see what he does. I don't know if that was a hen I heard yelping or a crow that he gobbled at. I'm gonna walk out here and call to him. He's gobbling pretty good. I got this thick cut between us. I'm pretty sure he's out in that field. And I know I just heard a hen yelping back to me, so I'm gonna try to get as close as I can here. This road kind of swings back towards the property line, and I can get all this thick cut from in between us and get right on the edge of this. Looks like a fallow field or something. I'm hoping maybe I can call him down this wood line. I'll be farther away from him than I was right there, but I don't think he's going to come through that crap. I went about 50 yards past where I last called and set up right alongside this road. don't know if you can see it or not, but right here, maybe 15 yards to the edge of the property line. But there's a nice little gap right here between that cut and the road, where if he comes down this wood line, he can cut through some open stuff and get on this road right on this bend. He hasn't gobbled for a little while now, so he's either coming, which I doubt. I think he's just out there strutting around with that hen. That hen was talking pretty good, but at first I thought she was going to lead him to me. I'm just going to be patient here. Eventually he'll gobble. I'm probably just going to hang out in that field, but you never know. I need him to come through that gap and get onto this road. I got a glimpse of him. I think it was him anyway. I saw a turkey. It's back out in that field. He's on this side of a little wood block. So he's just out in this field. You just got to come up this wood line and cut into the woods and come out on this road for me to shoot him. If he comes up the wood line here, I'm screwed if he don't come in the woods, because that's all posted. It's so windy, I can hardly hear him. But he's only 160 yards from here. I'm just gonna see what he does now. I know he's got a hen, so that's not good news. But maybe she'll come this way. She was talking pretty good there for a little bit. I feel a lot more comfortable being quiet, being by himself. been 39 minutes. He ain't gobbled again. I just think he's out in that field with that hen and not talking. That hen fired up when I was calling to her out there, man. I thought maybe she was going to lead him to me. Just don't want to come out of that field, I guess. They're always on the property line. They're just across it. This wind ain't helping. It's 12:30. Right here's that gap. I was hoping they would come along this wood line and then cut through this gap and then come right out on the road here, and I was set up. Right back there at that stump. They must have got into that other block of timber out there on that private. They're either in that block of timber or out in that pasture on the private. Never could get him to gobble again. Here we go, this is some better woods. I'd like to be able to get him to gobble again. Don't ask me where they went. Onto the private, that's all I know. For a second there, I thought maybe I had something going. It's crazy. You get up in these big woods, just tens and hundreds of thousands of acres of public land, and I mean, you'll find some turkeys back in deep in some of that stuff, but man, it just seems like a lot of times you'll find them right up against that private property line. I'm not spending any more time on them birds. They must be way out in them private fields. This weather's nuts. I mean, it feels like it's in the 30s. Seems like it's late March, early April. Oh, man. I'm beat. Much as I hate to say it, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for the 2025 season. It's about 4 o'clock. By the time I get something to eat here and drive to another spot, it's going to be kind of late. I don't really know if I have it in me. Just wanted to take the opportunity to say thanks for sticking with me and watching all the videos. I know it wasn't the most exciting season I've ever had, but can't really complain. I had several chances throughout the season. I know I started out in Kentucky and got on a couple birds. I don't know if he just fell down in that draw and kept going or what. Didn't really get close, but I got on birds down in Kentucky. I thought he came down, but he headed the other way. West Virginia was tough there for a little bit, but I ended up having some success there. real.
Came back home here to PA, and I know the first week I hunted with Ashley, me and her got on a bird and muffed up an opportunity.
He's got a Jake with him, or that's another longbeard. Another gobbler. He's right here.
Over to our left. Don't move. They're way left. I think he just saw us.
I don't know if he saw me or you moving, but regardless, he caught us.
Hunted with my buddy Kyle up at his camp the second week, and we had some luck.
All right, here he comes, Chad. He's coming right up the road. I got you.
That was awesome.
Then I started carrying a gun myself the third week and muffed up an opportunity.
Gotta be freaking kidding me.
It might have got tough there the last week and a half, but I can't really complain. I heard some gobbling and got on birds, and I think there was a stretch there, maybe 4 or 5 days, where I didn't hear a bird gobble. But other than that, I can't really complain about the season. I mean, hunting public land up in the mountains, big woods, got on plenty of birds, and it's been a fun one. I hate to see it end. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next season.